Hey guys, it is me. Hello. I am. Ooh, let me get a little bit. Oh, look at my sweater. Hold on one second. This thing is wobbly as all get out. And quite bright. What is going on, ladies? Super bright. How are you? I am in New York City, and I am just coming in here. I wanted to do a live Q&A to help answer your questions regarding weight loss for life. So this light is like crazy bright. Hold on one second. There. Oh my God. Okay, so much better. I was like, why do I look like I don't exist for a minute? Hi. So I'm in New York City, and it's winter. I don't understand it. I moved to California only a few years ago, which we know. But holy Hannah is all I've got to say. One of the coolest things that happened. So let's let's go through my past few days here. So for any of you that have been following me on Instagram, so I post a lot of Insta stories of like my day-to-day on Instagram as opposed to Facebook. Hi guys, on Valerie, what's going on? Jonah girl. So like I just need to start off. I know this is a weight loss for life Q&A, but I have to like just clue you in on where I've been and what's been going on. So I turned 40. What's up? 40 is where it's at. 40 is like the new 20, and I'm so excited to be 40. Like, people get upset about it. I'm like, bring it on. I welcome it in all phases and all stages. This is gonna be the best decade of my life aside from my 20s. And so I have to be honest, my 30s, they were pretty rough, not gonna lie. Lots of soul searching, lots of challenges, lots of strength building, and just lots of change, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of things. And I feel that all of it, brought me to where I am. So it's really cool. But so here are a few highlights of things that have happened. I went to JLo last Wednesday, and I was like, I want to see a woman that's rocking it out, aging backwards and living her truth, and just keeps learning who she is and getting better and better and better. And she's somebody that's sitting there going, I have these marriages, I have these relationships, and she's like, I never really learned to love myself, right? And then there's other people like Oprah, and I don't know if any of you, I'm gonna actually share this video on my blog, but Barbara Walters asked Oprah when she turned 60, she said, what's something that you wish you'd done, in your lifetime if you were to die tomorrow? And she said, I wish that I would have mastered my weight and my relationship with food. And those two things I find to be so synonymous and interchangeable when it comes to lasting weight loss and when it comes to really enjoying life and living life to the fullest. And it's loving myself was probably the greatest thing that I had to learn to do. And I really believe it's one of the things that I was meant to learn in this lifetime, to teach others, and to be able to endure all that I did this past decade and throughout my life. I'm a soul that's had many lives, and I have had many experiences, and so to be able to do that, if it sounds like I'm digressing, there's a whole theme to what I'm about to say here that's actually going to feed into things and what I've been experiencing to my birthday to weight loss for life, I promise you. And so for all of us, if you're here, Lois, what's going on? I believe we're all here for a reason together, and we have a journey to go on together. And I am so honored. I say it all the time, but I just want you to know, in my heart, I just am so honored to be in front of you and to be able to support you and guide you in loving you and you shining and being the best version of you. Annette, God, girl, come on back. I love seeing you here. So it really has been. So I started off my birthday celebration, turned 40 on Wednesday. Start last week, the week before, I said I'm going to start off a week before, and I'm going to go up until the end of the month. And I wanted to go all month long, but this month just creeped up on me. April, like, wasn't it just Christmas? I'm confused. So I went to J-Lo and I watched this J-Lo rock it out. And, A-Rod's really, she says, like, the first love of her life, like the first time she's really in love, right? And it was just so cool to see. And I have these other mentors and women in my life where, so I came back from J-Lo and I had me some tequila and I danced all night long. I danced until I could not feel my feet. Let's just say, I was having a blast. Flew back from Vegas within 24 hours. Had a VIP day with a client that flew in to see me in San Diego, like the next day. Coached like in weight loss for did a coach-a-thon on Friday. Like, it's been like nuts. Then I was up in LA. I'm working on a special project there on Monday and Tuesday. I flew to New York on my birthday. I got held up by security. They said I still had something toxic in my system. I think it's from cancer, when I was quarantined, that I'd still like in my system. So security held me so long that I missed my flight, but my suitcase was on my flight. I was just sitting there and I was like, thank God I teach what I teach, because I was just breathing. And I was like, I could get angry, or I just go, it is what it is, and it's all gonna work out, and there's a reason I'm not supposed to be on that plane. Like, it's just been crazy town. And then I got to New York, and it was so awesome because another one of my clients is from here, and she invested in a VIP day with me. So we spent all day yesterday together. But last weekend for my birthday, we did on that Saturday, one of my friends turned 50. And it was so cool. And I wrote about this in my blog, but I just wanted to share. It was so cool because I'm seeing how, like, 50 is the new 40 and 40 is the new 30. And, like, I'm seeing my friends in their 50s having the freaking time of their lives, and I'm seeing my friends in their 60s do the same thing. And then I'm seeing, I'm seeing, on my birthday, or a bunch of my friends the next day blindfolded me and threw this party for me, and everybody recorded a video tribute, and it was like so much love. But I'm around women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and everybody's at different stages, and yet we were all one, sharing. And I was just like, this is what this is all about, this sisterhood, this community. This is why I do the work that I do. And every woman was just like, I wouldn't know what to do without my girls. Like, I wouldn't know what to do without my ladies. And I was like, this is what I want to give to, like, all the women. And this is why I do Weight Loss for Life. And this is why I've got done with dieting. And, like, I want this for everybody. And I just am so glad, I'm so just grateful and blessed to have you in my life and in this. So that brings me to you. So on 40, I was asked a question that was like, what is the word that's going to be synonymous for you for this next decade of your life? And I wanted to share it with you guys because you're my lady. We're in this together. I want you to know, like, what's going on. And I was like, and with my eyes closed, I just sat there and I was like, goddess. And I kind of did a double take. Like, I had a blindfold over my eyes, but I was like, goddess. Like, I'm not one of these people that's like, I'm a goddess and I'm like this. I do reference us as queens. And I love the word goddess, don't get me wrong, but it's not, that's when internal, that you're getting messages and it's your intuition and internal guidance, because it's not something that I would say necessarily. I would be like, my word is going to be, expansion, or tranquility. I don't even know. I don't know. And so I said goddess, and then my friend said, why goddess? And I was like, I'm so glad you asked. I don't really know, so let's see what I've got to say about that. And I was just like, goddess, because goddess is, it's about when you look at a queen, you know, and the goddess, the ethereal energy, she's not working for anything. Things come to her. It comes with ease. It comes in a feminine flow. She listens to her divine guidance and is connected. There's an intuition. Everything is done from a place of sensuality and pleasure. And I mean sensuality not in like just sex, but I mean in I'm going to eat slowly and pleasurably. I'm going to dress in a way that feels beautiful. I only love myself. You know, I really, I speak to myself with love. I pamper myself. I speak empowered. I stand in my worth. I use my voice. Everything that I have to say is wisdom and is, you know, I am beautiful because I'm me. Just really being in this energy of, I am all I need to be. I don't need to be anything more. And the next words that came out of my mouth were, I'm a goddess, I've arrived. My 40s are about my arrival. I just got massive chills. You know, just like, it's about my arrival. I have arrived. Like, I don't need to try to be anything other than me. I don't need to be anybody. I don't really I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm really at that, at that stage. So I want you guys to think about what would be that word for you. You know, like, yeah, I turned 40, but we all have a decade in front of us. Say your decade's starting right now. Say your New Year's today. Every day is a birthday. Every day is an opportunity for change. What is your word going to be? What is your word going to be? Pick a word. Like, goddess, embodies everything for me. So I'm like, yes, goddess. So I'm just going to get goddess up on a canvas. I'm just going to put I arrived. And I just want to see what that brings. Like, I don't need to try for anything. I don't need to, doesn't mean I don't have goals. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to want to accomplish a lot. You're going to see me do a lot of things this year. And I'm going to invite you on all of them. I just got off with a woman that I'm running our Buenos Aires retreat with. That's, you know, February 23rd to March 12th, I believe. March 7th, I'm sorry. So there's a lot of things that are happening and a lot of things that I'm doing and creating. Doesn't mean I'm not going to accomplish things. But when you're just I just need to be me and stand in that powerfully, unapologetically, right? That's juicy, no? Does that get anybody excited? That just lights me up. So what's a word? Somebody post below before I go on to today's Facebook Live. Post below, what would that word be for you? Let's get some action up in here and have a good Friday. I know there aren't too many of you on at the moment, and that is okay because you can watch the replay. And those of you that are here, hello. But if you could, let me know, what is that word for you? Talk to me. Anybody? Maria, you're here. Annette? Anybody? Anybody? Talk to me. Tell me your name. I'm going to start singing if I don't hear soon. It will get a little scary. No, it won't. Ooh, Valerie, Lois. Okay. Guys, where are you? Vibrant. I like that. Perfect. Valerie, nice work. Lois, what do we got? I see more of you on, but I don't know where you went. Okay. I'm going to stop looking down because I can see myself. So here's the deal. I am here because, guys, I keep getting so many of your emails regarding weight loss for life, and I was trying. I haven't even replied to my Facebook birthday messages because it has been nuts. So Anybody that sent me a message, I swear I'm coming and I'm gonna give you a personal thank you. Until I do, I'm doing a mass thank you. It meant the world to me that you celebrated with me, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love all of these emails. It does take time to get back to hundreds of them, and I'm trying to do them individually and write you guys. So just give me some time. So anyway, I just want to say thank you so much. I also need to reply to my Facebook personal messages and my emails and my Facebook messages. And my Instagram messages that are just like so many social media platforms. And I just feel so grateful and so loved and so appreciate you. So what I want to do is I'm going to dial this in. I want you all to share your words below so we can share with one another. Again, mine is Goddess, I have arrived. And see what comes from this because we don't know. Now, next up. So anyway, within those messages, I got a lot of questions around weight loss for life. So if you have already done weight loss for life, if you're already in weight loss for life, then you do not need to stay on this Facebook Live. Those of you that are interested or wondering if it's the right program for you, I really want to encourage you to be here. I'm going to try to answer all of the questions that I have. And if you have any questions for me, please post them below. So there were just a ton of emails, and I thought it would be easier to actually come in and answer you live and help you make the decision for yourself. We do not have a lot of spots left. I just want to say that. We are capping it soon. If you want to get in, then I really encourage you, apply. Just send in an application because I've got 4 people from my team reviewing applications along with me. They're trying to put people on my calendar before we close out the program in a little over a week and from enrollment. So just apply. It's of no cost, but what you don't want to do is miss this opportunity. I only run this program as of right now 1 time a year live. And if you want me to be the one running it, then I encourage you to get in now because I don't know what that's going to look like moving forward. Next up, weight loss for life. What I received questions. Primarily, a lot of them are around money. So I just want to answer anybody with a regards to money. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting messages across my thing right now about weight loss for life. All right. So here's the thing. The first question, so I'm just going to pull up the list that they compiled for me. Okay. All right. So I have a question from Vanessa. Vanessa said, Melissa, I really want to do weight loss for life. I went to the website and it looks like everything I've been looking for and more, but I'm scared at the cost. I've heard you mention that it's an investment. I've heard you. Oh, okay. I heard you mention that it's an investment. Do you work off payment plans? So here's the deal. Yes, we work off payment plans. We are and have worked with many of the women in the program, and I've done that in the past. So what I said before is I really want to encourage you. Here's the deal. There's a woman that signed up earlier today. How much money have you spent on programs in the past that haven't worked and where you haven't seen the change, or where you've lost the weight to gain it back in a short period of time? Guys, if you want change, then it's about doing something differently. But trying another fad diet and investing in another fad diet is only going to give you the same result. You may have temporary weight loss, but you've heard me say this before. If you're struggling with your weight and have been for over a year, you do not have a weight issue. You have a relationship with food and a lack of a relationship with you. And until you repair that relationship with you and desensitize, that means take the emotion out of the food that you eat, you will not be able to let go of food because it is your primary survival and coping mechanism in life. And that's really hard to give up when you have nothing to replace it with, and based off of your current skill set, which doesn't know another way, which means you will always take 1 step forward and 10 steps back. You cannot teach yourself a new way of being from the set of skills that you have currently within your mindset. You have to be taught a new set of skills from someone that's been there and done that, i.e. me, right? With a proven formula, i.e. the MK method taught in Weight Loss for Life, that's going to get you there as it has transformed those that have preceded you, right? Like, really, really need you to get that. So the next question is, Melissa, I really, really want to do this. It's coming from Bethany. Melissa, I really want to do this. I'm afraid that my husband's not going to understand. He doesn't know the depths of my eating, and I've only let him know that I'd like to lose weight. I'm afraid that he's not going to understand the investment that it takes. Yeah. Okay. So how do I talk to my husband to get him to understand is essentially what she's asking. Here's the thing. When you talk to your husbands, it's really important, guys, your partners, they're not going to understand your struggle with weight. They are only going to want to be your hero, and they're going to want to save you. So if that's what you're wanting and you feel, so many women feel bad, like I've already invested so much, or I'm not working, or how can I ask him to do this? And really that's just your fear of failing. Your husbands, your partners want you to be happy. They don't want you to struggle, and they want you to feel sexy, and they sure as hell want you to get naked with them in bed. Okay, that's a given. So what they are going to do, though, is they're going to say to you, let me help you, right? So number one, never go to your husbands or partners with the dollar amount. You never, ever want to ask them for anything. This is like coaching guidance for your partners all the time. You never go, honey, I want to buy a $700 dress. They're just hearing $700. Honey, I found this amazing dress and I feel so sexy. And I have not felt that in a long time. And I would so love to wear it for you. Whole different ball game. He's now imagining you in the dress. He's imagining you naked. He's imagining you out of the dress. He's imagining what the dress is going to do to your confidence. He's like, yeah, get the dress. I don't care what it costs. So you simply just want to say, I found a program. You know that I've been struggling with my weight and I haven't felt as happy as I know that I can be. This has nothing to do with you. You always, always, always want to let your partners know, whether you're asking for an investment and support from parents, from a friend, from, you know, in opening up another credit card and you're needing to get yourself to be on board with supporting yourself. It's never anybody's fault. You simply just want to say, I need to do this for me. And I really would love your support in this. I've been struggling with my weight for some time. It has nothing to do with you, but I'm not as happy and I don't feel as good as I know that I can. I want more for you, for us, for myself, and for our family, especially if you have daughters, right? Like I received about something like 27 emails alone that just said, I don't want to pass on my struggles with food to my daughter. You know, I don't want her to struggle the way that I've struggled. And many women in the program sign up for that reason, because when you shift, everybody shifts around you for the better. That investment in yourself, by the way, is truly an investment for your entire family. And anybody that's done my program can attest to that. That their families are better for it. Their relationships are better for it. Their children are better for it. And they're better for everybody in their lives for it. And you heard that from Diana. You heard that from Laura. You heard that from Tanya. You heard that from Rebecca. You heard that endlessly in our testimonials on the website. And in the testimonials from the women that said, I want to speak on your behalf, you know? And it was so beautiful. So I just want you to know that. The other piece to this that you want to say to your husbands, your partners, is just you know, I need to do this for me. And they'll go, babe, I'll help you with this. We don't need to do this. I'll be your trainer. I'll do this. All that's going to happen is your husband's going to lose weight. You're going to end up binging without him knowing. You're going to feel really bad about yourself, and he's going to be confused. And then you're going to resent him. So instead of all of that wasted months and time and more frustration and feeling bad about yourself, give yourself the gift of change now. Where do you want to be in 9 months? Do you want to be in the same place, or do you want real change? Do you know how many times have you taken care of you for 2 weeks and you feel like a different person? You're inspired, you feel proud, you're excited, and just as quickly that can go away. Well, what if you stayed consistent? What if you were in a supportive community? What if you were around women just like you, where for the first time in years you feel understood, not alone, and like you have support outside of yourself for when you don't feel strong enough? What would that be like? And for any of you that are going, I don't feel comfortable sharing, I don't want to be on Facebook. You know what? In Weight Loss for Life, I mean, these women have only been in there a few weeks, and they're already sharing immensely about their lives and getting the support that they need. Clearly, what you've been doing hasn't been working. So if you want real change, it's time to do it a different way. And another thing that I will say to that is, yeah, this program's an investment, but it is definitely not at all how much it could be. This program alone should be a $10,000 program, hands down. My own coach has said that to me and thinks that I'm crazy. I was trying to keep the cost down, and for what you get, it is in this program, you have 2 in-person retreats. You have a 30-minute private Weight Loss for Life coaching call each month. You receive 27 videos throughout the course of the program, 1 each week, along with 27 live Q&A calls with me, right? And resources, a membership site, a private online community with 24/7 coaching and support. I mean, it is really, really a comprehensive program that gives you group, online, one-on-one, private, and in-person support. The events alone are highly transformative. The program in and of itself gives you not only the inner weight loss, but it gives you the outer transformation for life. You have these tools for life, and you have the program for life. For life. It's like when I say for life, I mean you can just keep going back and doing it again. It's incredible. And for all of the pain that you've been living in year after year, what's it going to take before you become worth it? And how much longer do you want to sit living in that pain, feeling sick and tired of being sick and tired, and still struggling with the same thing? You know, it's really about going, I want change. And change has to happen with me changing what I'm doing. And me talking about it is a lot of talk. You know, I have a lot of women that just like to plan. They plan so much that in their minds, they feel like they've been on a diet and they're exhausted by that diet. Well, but in reality, they're not really showing up and taking consistent action. So the results aren't there. Do you see that? Results come from consistent action. Thinking a lot about something is not taking action. So we want to get you out of thinking, i.e., I'm just going to do this and do that and hope for the best. And what I teach in the model of Weight Loss for Life is being, changing your way of being in order to do things differently, in order to have results, as opposed to the dieter's model, which is do things differently in the hopes of being different to then have a different result. It doesn't work. You can't do in order to be differently. You have to be different in order to do things differently. And in changing your way of being, you solidify and get the results. And that's what we teach you how to do. It is a mindset mastery course. It is a course in life, in loving you, and in releasing the weight naturally. And this is truly about giving up dieting and being supported to do so. All right. What if I can't make all the calls? What happens then? If you can't make all the calls, it's really, really simple. The coaching calls are live. It's a live coaching call, meaning it is all about spot coaching. The module is where I teach content and you watch the video on a Monday. That Wednesday is where I answer your calls. I answer any and all of your questions. So that's when you get an opportunity for spot coaching based on what your struggles and challenges are that week. And so if you can't make a call, you have the recording. If you have a question that you want answered on the call that you can't make, you simply just post it in the Facebook group. We have an Ask Melissa section. You post it in there, and I answer them. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Are you given, okay, is there a diet plan that I follow? I really fear the idea of not having a consistent plan. I get that. There is no specific diet plan. There is guidance. So we give you a recipe book. We talk about portions. We teach you how to be connected to your body in order to understand your hunger levels and in order to know what foods work for you and what foods don't. So you start eating in a way that serves you, serves your body, so you naturally release weight with ease without struggling. So, you know, often we eat foods because they're diet foods. You know, I have clients that go, all this time I've been eating eggs because I thought they were really healthy, and I've noticed my body doesn't want them. And in just taking eggs out, they saw that, you know, it was causing a lot of inflammation, right? Or dairy, you know, thinking like, I really just need a lot of dairy. And then they're like, I didn't need dairy. It's actually been causing constipation and bloating, or it's been aiding in this. Like there's acne, adult acne, like a lot of different things. I have some clients find out that they keep thinking they need more protein than what they need, or that they are eating a diet deficient of fat and protein, and their body's starving for it. And once they start to give their bodies what it wants, and they're listening to it, their weight starts to normalize without doing anything, right? And they feel completely in control. That's what we really do a lot in the program. So, but then I just want to share that with you because it's really, listen, nobody wants to be told what to do. I don't want to tell you what to do because you're going to rebel against me, just like you rebel against diets and just like you rebel against yourself. So I really want to tell you that this is about you learning to make the choices for yourself that serve you. And Weight Loss for Life empowers you to do that. Okay, this is coming from Melissa. Well, hello, girl. You've got a good name, I do say. Melissa. So she said, the thing that excites me the most is the idea of community. I feel like I'm on an island by myself where nobody understands me. I'm very good at pretending to be happy. What's even more of a struggle for me is that I've got nothing to be unhappy about. I didn't experience any trauma, and I don't know why my weight has been such a struggle for me. And I feel like she said, I feel like an asshole because of it. Isn't asshole a funny word? You're not an asshole, love. And there's a lot of people that struggle, and you don't have to have some huge trauma or reason for struggling with something in life. And I had a beautiful life. Yeah, I had some trauma, but I mean, overall, like my life is, you know, quite beautiful. And I get it, because I was kind of like, I'm in New York City. I had this great life. I've always had amazing friends. I've been blessed with a beautiful family. Yeah, I had childhood, you know, some childhood trauma. But, you know, I'd done a lot of healing work on it, but I was just like, I have a dream job. I was a fashion designer in New York City, self-taught, blessed in so many ways. I had my health. was never without, you know, and why couldn't I be happy? I felt like a brat, honestly, like a spoiled brat. Like there are people, you know, starving all over the world, and this is what's going on for me. So I get that, Melissa, and I just want to say, honey, like, love, you're not alone, and we want to start by having compassion. There's a reason. There's always a reason. It's never about the weight, and it's never about food. There's something that you've been wanting to feel in life, whether you never felt accepted or loved, or even if you had all the love in the world, if you weren't able to feel it, there's different reasons why we turn to food. And at those points in our lives, it's what we needed, and it helped us. And it helped us to feel safe, and it gave us unconditional love, and it was there for us even when we didn't understand ourselves. And now food is hurting you, and it's not helping you, and you know it. But at the same time, really, love, understand, why would you let go of something that means so much for you in your life, that's helping you and has helped you and has been there for you when you haven't been there for yourself? Guys, we can't give up something that means so much to us without having something really good to replace it with. And that's why in Weight Loss for Life, we build up that muscle of love for you, and we learn what are other things that you can do to build up that love for you. And in doing that, and in replacing and filling up all pieces of the pie in your life with love and more of you, and you stand in your worth and say, I'm worthy of more than this. Well, I mean, that's when you just go, oh, okay, yeah, I don't need food. I appreciate you, and you can fuel me and give me energy, and I can enjoy you and have ice cream when I want, but it doesn't mean I'm a good or a bad person, right? And I don't need to have these things in order to make my life complete. You know, life is complete by being present to life, and I love my life. And that's what we bring you into in Weight Loss for Life, how to love you and your life. Because I guarantee all you ladies, you've got a really great life. It's just about seeing that and taking your focus off of food and all the things that are wrong with you, and instead seeing all the things that are right with you. Because I promise you, there's so much that you're not really seeing. And we help you to do that. All right, great question. Okay, here we go. Joy. Melissa, would you advise us to open a credit card to, okay. So this is again about a payment. So Joy, listen, love, I have a lot of women that open credit cards to be in the program, and they just go, I would rather, you know, pay this off when I can pay it off, and do it when I'm whole and healthy and happy and in a weight where I feel really good, because they see that there is a big relationship between our experience with money and our experience with food and our weight. And I'll be the first person to say, and my clients can vouch for me, I'm never going to sit there and tell you to open up a credit card. If you feel confident and comfortable doing that, by all means. I mean, what's the point? And in my mind, and I did, but I've opened up a credit card to do a coaching program that I needed to do for me, which was a transformational program. And it helped me that when about halfway into that program, I started paying down debt. I started calling in more money than I knew what to do with, and it was because I was standing in my worth. So I knew that even if I was debt-free and miserable, I would end up creating some other hole, or even being more overweight and other things. So my happiness meant more to me than I was okay having an open credit card. I trusted that I would pay it off in me learning to love me, and in that investment in me. That was something that I decided to make a choice, and I honored that choice, and that choice served me. And I have had clients that do that. I have women in our Weight Loss for Life program that wanted to do that, and I supported them in that, and I'll help them with that. That being said, if it's something that's going to be detrimental to you, only you can decide that. And I don't, that has to be your choice. And you have to ask yourself, what is it that I'm wanting? What is it that I'm wanting from this place? Okay. I don't know if I'm going to say your name right. It's kind of Ibiza? It almost looks like Ibiza, which I wanted to go to Ibiza at one point in time. So Ibiza, if you're on, I don't think you're on, so I don't want to say your name wrong here. So Ibiza, why, Melissa? Oh, I went to the website and I love the program. Question for you. Why 9 months? Is it going to take 9 months for me to lose this weight? I know I didn't put the weight on overnight, so I'm okay with not taking it off overnight, but I just want to understand why 9 months. Okay, good, great question. Very good, very to the point. So 9 months is this. 6 months is way too short. A year is what Weight Loss for Life was before. And I always survey my programs and I ask, what are your thoughts on this? And it was actually interesting. A lot of women said they needed the year. Some women said they needed the 9 months. And so it was an executive decision really that I made, and it was based off of divine guidance. I do a lot of coaching off divine guidance. It always serves me well. So I was really coached that this round should be 9 months, and to condense and consolidate some of the program modules and to structure it the way that we did this year. And so I'm really excited about it. Put tons of thought. Also, the formula and the 3 phases that I have really lend themselves well to that 9-month structure, and the formula that I teach. And so it is still about lasting weight loss, and that comes about in that 9-month transformation. And that's really what we have for you. And that's where the majority of the women, honestly, really were like rocking and rolling in previous years. And so it felt really good for that to be the amount of time. Which leads me to the next question. This is from Amanda, and Amanda says, Melissa, I hear of you being intuitive and speaking a lot about spirit. I am spiritual, but not religious. I am spiritual, but I'm not religious. Can you speak to how this shows up in the program? Yes. Great question. So I am intuitive, and I do believe in God. I also will reference the universe, source, energy. I tap in, I do energy work. I also will receive guidance from your guides, from the women in my program, and I will share with them what I'm getting and what those downloads are to support them in moving forward. My clients love this. They love the guidance. It's always spot on. I have yet to actually have a time where I've shared something where honestly, where people are going like, where did that come from? And so it's really, really helpful because I'll receive messages from your body and from your guides on how to support you best. And if that freaks you out, I just say, take what speaks to you, leave what doesn't. When it comes to God, I do reference God. If you are, there are many women that are in the program that are spiritual. There are many that are religious, and there are some that are nothing, but they're open. And I just ask, be open. I don't push religion on anybody. It is a preference. I do say it's important to have faith in something greater than yourself. It is, because it's very isolating, and dieting is a very selfish experience in that where it's a very self-absorbed way of being. I mean, you're obsessed. I was obsessed for years and years, decades actually. I didn't realize it in that way, and that might sound harsh, but I would wake up thinking about myself and went to bed thinking about myself and sat at meals thinking about myself and sat with friends thinking about myself and was out at parties thinking about myself, whether I thought I was fat, whether I was feeling uncomfortable, whether I was judging myself, whether I was judging my food choices, whether I was judging how full I felt, whether I was judging my workout or lack thereof. Everything was about me and about food and about weight. And when your presence is that tied up in you, it's really hard to be there for other people. And so religion and faith and knowing that the universe is there and starting to see the world as this magical place that is working to support you and illuminate a path of joy and an easier way of being and fun and laughter and light and just all these really cool things for you. You know, I'm sorry, but you don't really, like, why would you want that? It's like when people tell me that they tell their kids, like, there's no Santa Claus. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, who wants to stop believing in a jolly man that comes down a chimney with presents for you for just being a nice person? And all he wants in return is some milk and cookies. I mean, that to me sounds like the best thing on earth. Like, I don't want to stop believing in Santa Claus. I'm 40. I still leave that man cookies and milk. I think my dad eats them, and that makes me happy too. But do you see what I'm saying? Like life is meant to be magical, and why not? So let's bring on some universal love. And so that's how I speak to it. And those that do want more spiritual guidance from me in the program, they reach out and I give it to them. And those that don't. And I've had many women in the program that are, you heard Diane talk about this, she's highly Christian. And I started talking about sage sticks and doing these oils and energy work. And she's like, you're bringing out some woo. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to be open to it. I mean, she's a Christian teacher, and counselor in her church. And she was just open to it and it opened up her world and her life. And she's one of the most transformed women in last year's program. I mean, it's just, all the women transformed, all of them. But, she just really allowed herself to just be open and embraced. And that's what saying yes to life is, and so that's what I'd want to share with you. There is, take what speaks to you, leave what doesn't. Just ask you to be open because there's gifts in everything. And I love to bring people into the magic of life. It's, why not? Yeah. Okay. So in 9 months, I just want to go back and answer this. It does not take 9 months to get the weight off. You heard that from the client testimonials. You've heard that from women that have spoken on my behalf. It doesn't, but the program ends December 31st to see you through the self-sabotage. You want someone there where you're going, this is uncomfortable. People are paying attention to me. I was not expecting this. You want people there. You want support. You want to go, guys, I got this weight off and I need somebody to set me straight. Right, Joanne? Like, you've been there, girl. Like, you want somebody when you're going, life is stressful and I know I just lost weight and I'm feeling really good, but the holidays are here, or my husband said this to me, or my mom said that, or I traveled, to visit family this weekend. I got really triggered, or I'm starting to get a lot of attention at work and this is uncomfortable. You all, it's very easy to sit there, and I don't want to say you all, but people, a lot of women will always say, Melissa, I just want to lose this weight and then I'll be happy and then I'll be confident and then everything's going to work out. Well, you know what? There's a reason why you lost it and gained it again. There's a reason why you lost it and put it back on. And it's usually to protect you from something. It's usually to protect you from feeling uncomfortable, from getting too much attention. I have not a client, women that just joined Weight Loss for Life, where two of them said, one joined earlier today and she said, I lost weight and I got uncomfortable. And we tracked it back because, when she was younger and she got a lot of attention, it made her mom really uncomfortable. So all we ever want from our mothers when we're younger is their love and approval. So she just wanted her mom to love her and accept her and to approve of her. So that was uncomfortable. The idea of having the weight off signaled to her little girl, alert, alert, alert. It is not safe. We're not going to get our mom's love and approval anymore. And so she would go right back to eating and not understand why. See, guys, it is never about the weight. It is always about something deeper. And until you understand what that is, you will always struggle with your weight. Which brings me to one of our last questions here. And this is from Helen, who said, Melissa, I know that your program is deeper and it actually feels like everything that I know that I need. I love all the different components. I'm so excited for the retreats. I really want to join, and I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to do it. And then she listed off, I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of this not working for me. And most of all, I'm scared of feeling. Oh, wow, I just felt that one immensely, Helen. Yeah, I feel that from you, girl. And I honor you for that. So here's the thing. One, we don't let you fail in the program. We find you. We find you like a crazy person in Wedding Crashers. I'm like, I'll find you. We find you. We find you online. The coaches are amazing about it. I'm all over you. We do not let you hide. We just don't. I'm not there for your money. I want to see you succeed. Your success means you shining brighter in this life. And that means and speaks to the mission that I have for all women shining bright and breaking this lineage for their daughters and for other women in their lives and for their families. Because when the world gets all of you, the world is such a better and more beautiful place, and that positively impacts everyone around you, which means they then shine. Do you see the ripple effect? I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. That is what I am here to do. Bring you back to the truth of who you are before you thought you were less than due to a stupid number on the scale or what some jerk said to you at some point in your life. Even if it was your mother, and God bless my mother, you know, I love them. They're just doing the best that they can. And that sometimes the way that they do things and the way that they say them, it's just hard to digest as a child. And to actually not take personally. And so we don't let you fail. Let me believe in you until you believe in yourself. That is what I believe personally makes a good coach. And that's what I hope I always am to those that have give me the gift and the privilege of supporting them. It always gets me choked up. Next, I know it's hard. Those of you that sit there and are afraid of failing, I know, and I speak to you whether you join Weight Loss for Life, I know it's hard. I know you've tried a million things. I know that every time you start and stop, you feel like you failed. I know nothing feels worse than a commitment that you break to yourself. I know that every night that you go to bed regretful, you feel like you've just dropped down to a depth that feels so bad and you just want it to go away, and it seems the only way that it goes away is when you eat, and that just seems to make you feel even worse. So let's break the cycle, because you've never tried this way and you tried dieting and it never worked. Even when you're sitting there thinking, but it did work. I lost the weight. Love, it didn't work because you're sitting here with me. So let's try a solution, and let's try shifting your way of being so that you can change your way of doing so that you can get the result that you've been wanting all these years. And when it comes to healing, Helen, and feeling is healing. And I know it's been easier, and I know there's some stuff that feels really scary that we don't want to feel. And you've been able to push it down and numb it out with food. And that worked for you for a bit. but now it's hurting you, and it's hurting your health, and it's starting to impact your life in more ways than one. Whether you have children or grandchildren, or you just want to start living your life free from food, this is no longer working. So how about this? How about you try things a new way, doing the very thing that you know intuitively that you feel pulled to do, or else you wouldn't have emailed me. Because I firmly believe if you're here, if you're in this group, if you're on this right now, if you're watching me, there are no accidents. Everything is divinely orchestrated. I pray and ask God all the time, send me those that I am meant to serve. And I know that the women that say yes are handpicked by God, by the universe, for me, because I'm the one that's this program. And I don't want to say I'm the one because it's not me. I'm simply a conduit. And I know that. I know that. But they are handpicked, and they know that I am meant to be their coach, to take them to a place higher in this life. Just like I know they're sent to me for a reason. And I always learn from my clients as much as I teach, if not more, right? And they always bring me higher, and I hope and have heard so far from everyone that I give them the wings. And I always say, I give you the wings to fly. I have no interest in holding you back, right? I really want you to fly. And so, Helen, those fears are very real, and I get it. And fear is on the same energetic plane as excitement. So let's turn that fear into excitement, because if you're reaching out and you're here, then you intuitively are feeling pulled to say yes. So let's get you excited. Let's take the weight of the world off your shoulders, and let's give you the support that you need to rock this out. Let's make these years the next best years of your life, and start saying yes to you instead of hiding behind food. And I know this can be scary, and I know that we can sit there and go, what am I supposed to do? I'm worried. I am not going to take food away from you. This is not about having to choose weight loss for life or food. You don't have to give anything up. This isn't about what you're giving up. It's about what you're gaining. This is about you, finding your voice, standing in your worth. It's so awesome. I had a VIP day yesterday with one of our women in Weight Loss for Life, and she's standing in her worth, and everything's changing for her. And she's like, yeah, no, I have all these fun things in my life now. And I'm like, this is great. So did you not have them before? And she's like, no, they were always there, but I was always so concerned with not looking the part, or that my family was judging me, or that so I couldn't enjoy it. And I'd go to a wedding and feel self-conscious in my body. All of these things, you know, and I'm just sitting there, and she's lost 25 pounds since she started. And it's incredible, you know, and she started with my 4 weeks to fat loss, or my Radiance Jumpstart program before Weight Loss for Life. So she started that in January, and she's lost 25 pounds, and now she's in Weight Loss for Life. My programs work. You just need to show up, say yes, and follow me, and I will show you. The other piece, Helen, that I wanted to say is, let me believe in you until you believe in yourself. That is that gift that I really, really hope to impart and help you with. And embrace the sisterhood. So if you're wanting community, this is the community. And Done With Dieting is, I love Done With Dieting, guys. I'm not discounting it. But our Weight Loss for Life program is a paid program. And, you know, there's a high level of investment in, everyone's in there posting all day and getting, you know, 24/7 support from myself and the coaches. It's different. So, you know, and I just want to thank you all for showing up. And these questions are amazing. I feel like there's so many more that I could keep going. All right. So, Okay. So the last piece to this, hold on, is I want to, like, there's so many questions here. I want to make sure that I'm like getting through, because I already answered about investing. Hold on. Jessica, okay. Okay. I'm worried I'm not going to have the time to do this program. So Jessica's saying she works a full-time job. She's a single mother of two, and a recently divorced single. Well, okay, so he's kind of in the picture. She's just giving me some background. I'm worried that I won't have the time for this. So guys, you not having time, it's an excuse and it's a story, and it needs to stop. I'm going to give you a little smackdown. I sometimes like to give you some tough love. Guys, it's either you want to lose weight and you want to finally heal, or you want to use time as your excuse. You know, maybe I'll do this next year. I love when I get that one, and then I talk to women a year later and they put on more weight and just spent the year struggling. It pains me when they choose that, because I know it's going to happen. It pains me. I'll wait until next year. And so I just sit back, but I'm like, this, you know, it's painful. But it's everybody's got to do what they got to do until they're ready. And so I try to guide them as best I can. Girl, time, you don't have 90 minutes for you. That's a pretty sad life if you don't have 90 minutes for yourself. 2 hours at most in a week. You know, that makes me feel really bad. We've got to say then, time is a story that's not serving you, and it's not only impacting your weight, but what that says to me about you and your life is that you are racing. You're not very present, and I know you've got a lot of stress and pressure. I'll be the first person, but with today's day and age and technology, I mean, you can download the modules, you can watch them while you're on your way to work, on a commute, walking, working out, making dinner, making lunch, making breakfast. You know, you can put it on the background when you're cleaning. I mean, this really, just what that tells me too is, what is your level of commitment? Is this something you really want to change? Because guys, time is a story. Not having enough money is a story. Really, for the most part, we all find money for what we want. I have had zero money in my bank account, and I've found ways to pay for dinners out and programs and coaching and clothes that I've wanted. I've always found a way. And when I've had negative in my bank account, and I very rarely know a woman that doesn't. So if you want something, you have to make it happen. And if you're not doing everything in your power to make it happen, then where is your commitment? How badly do you want this? And if you're sitting there going, well, that's the problem, I don't know, then I would really say, is this something that you want to change? Because if you don't, then you're going to continue to struggle. And if you want to change, but you still waver on commitment, then you need support and accountability. Like I've said before, you cannot expect to change yourself while in isolation off of the skill set that you have or by reading a book. It does not work. Yes, 21 Spiritual Lessons to Weight Loss was a great book that impacted me greatly, but I still struggled for 10 years after that to come up with the formula that I did. That's why I created this program. You need all of these levels of support to really be done. You have not been struggling with something for most of your life just for the hell of it, or because it's not really something that bothers you. You are not just a dieter. This food is serving you on multiple planes of your life. If it wasn't, you would have just lost weight and be done with it. So there's more going on here. And trying keto, doing intermittent fasting, putting it all on your hormones, guys, you have to start to heal. You have to do the inner weight loss. You have to feel. And I know that that's scary, but nothing, hear this, nothing is more painful than what you've been feeling and experiencing day in and day out, year after year, dieting, struggling, gaining, losing, beating yourself up, binging, gaining, losing, beating yourself up over and over and over and again, because right now you're not living. You're living as a dieter in isolation against yourself. Who can win when you're struggling against yourself? How are you supposed to win at this when you're not on your own team? We have to partner with ourselves. We have to be our own best friend. And until then, it can't change. Does that make sense? So I hope that this speaks to you. I have to close out now because I have to go to a meeting. I have to go off in the freezing cold, which is kind of scaring me. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't wanna do it. I'm gonna put your application down below. Guys, we have only a few days left to apply. So if this is something that you want, I am telling you, got to apply today. And that will make all the difference for you. Just apply, it's no cost, and you'll speak with us and we'll see if it's the right fit. And trust me, we only have a few spots left. There aren't a ton, so just get in there. And remember, no change, no change. If you have any other questions, please reach out at support@melissacatherine.com. Any questions that you have, the application is below. Thank you so much for your time. I absolutely love you. I absolutely adore you. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just so grateful to be here with you. And that's all there is. That's all I got to say. Ina, oh my God, you're just getting on. I have to say goodbye, but I love you and thank you so much for my birthday message. She's like a little gift in a box. A gift in a box, that's right. All right, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. And there's so much goodness going on in this group. So keep it up, keep posting, keep supporting, and please choose to love you today and always. I can't wait to see more of your posts. If you have any questions, support@melissacatherine.com. Here is the application to apply. And I look forward to seeing those applications. And I'm excited to meet our new Weight Loss for Life members. Love you all. And here's to an incredible new year. Don't forget to post your word below.